You may think of Cleopatra as the only famous queen of Egypt, but there's another queen whose story is just as fascinating. In this video you'll discover the surprising life of Hatshepsut, the only female pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Her reign challenges everything you think you know about women in power. What if I told you that Hatshepsut didn't just inherit the throne from her husband? Hatshepsut became queen after the death of her husband, Thutmose II. Instead of stepping aside and allowing her young stepson to take over, she made a bold decision to claim the throne for herself as a pharaoh. This was a groundbreaking move in a society dominated by men. Hatshepsut, dressed in male clothing, complete with a false beard, to assert her authority and legitimacy. Imagine a queen choosing to embrace the persona of a king in order to lead her people. Her reign lasted over 20 years, making her one of Egypt's most successful rulers. While most women in her time were expected to remain in the shadows, Hatshepsut stepped into the light, reshaping the role of women in ancient Egypt. It's intriguing to think about how she navigated a world that often sidelined female voices. But what did Hatshepsut actually accomplish during her time in power? Her achievements were remarkable. She commissioned magnificent monuments, including her stunning mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, which stands as a testament to her grandeur. But here's the kicker. Her leadership didn't just stop at architecture. Hatshepsut expanded Egypt's trade networks, sending expeditions to the land of Punt, rich in valuable resources. This trade brought immense wealth to Egypt, allowing her to invest in massive building projects that would leave a lasting legacy. During her reign, Egypt experienced a time of peace and prosperity, which was a rarity in a world often riddled with conflict. But how did she manage to maintain stability in such turbulent times? Her ability to navigate politics and ensure the well-being of her people speaks volumes about her capabilities as a leader. As we delve deeper into Hatshepsut's life, consider how her reign was not just about power, but about redefining what it meant to be a female ruler in ancient history. Her story is one of resilience, ingenuity, and a relentless pursuit of greatness, challenging the norms of her time. How did Hatshepsut turn Egypt into a thriving power during her reign? This is a question that reveals the depth of her impact on ancient Egypt. Hatshepsut wasn't just a ruler. She was a visionary who reshaped the very landscape of her kingdom. After she ascended to the throne, she commissioned magnificent monuments that still captivate us today. One of her most famous achievements is her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, a stunning architectural feat that was not only a place of worship, but also a statement of her power and ambition. Imagine standing before the towering cliffs of Deir el-Bahari, the temple's grandeur rising above the valley. It served as a reminder of Hatshepsut's reign and her determination to be recognized as a pharaoh. But this wasn't just about building for show. It was about creating a legacy. Each stone was laid with purpose, reflecting her vision for a prosperous Egypt. Hatshepsut also understood the importance of trade. Most people think that pharaohs focused only on military conquests, but the reality is that she sought to expand Egypt's wealth through peaceful means. She launched expeditions to the land of Punt, a region rich in resources. These voyages brought back valuable goods like myrrh, ivory, and gold, enriching the Egyptian economy. With this newfound wealth, she could invest in ambitious building projects that showcased her power and the stability of her reign. During her rule, Egypt experienced a rare time of peace and prosperity, which was critical in an era often marked by conflict. Hatshepsut's approach to governance emphasized trade and diplomacy rather than warfare. This not only strengthened Egypt's economy, but also fostered a sense of unity among its people. Her reign was a remarkable period where the arts flourished and the economy thrived. As we explore Hatshepsut's achievements, it's crucial to acknowledge how her leadership set a precedent for future generations. She proved that a woman could not only hold power but excel in her role as a leader. However, her legacy faced challenges as time went on. Through her monumental projects and successful trade initiatives, Hatshepsut established a new era of prosperity for Egypt, one that would be remembered and studied for centuries. The impact of her reign goes beyond mere facts. It reshaped the way we view leadership and power in ancient civilizations. What did Hatshepsut's reign mean for women in ancient Egypt? This question unveils the extraordinary impact she had on gender roles in her time. Hatshepsut ruled in a male-dominated society, but she didn't just survive. She thrived in her role as pharaoh. Most people think that only men could wield such power, but Hatshepsut shattered that stereotype, proving that women could lead effectively and decisively. Her journey as a ruler challenges the traditional views of gender roles. In ancient Egypt, Hatshepsut adopted the titles and regalia of a pharaoh, donning the traditional male headdress and even a false beard. Imagine the courage it took for her to present herself as a male leader in a culture that often sidelined women. This boldness sent a clear message. Women could take charge, even in the most powerful positions. Despite her remarkable achievements, many of Hatshepsut's contributions were overshadowed by later male pharaohs. After her reign, her legacy was nearly erased, a testament to the prevailing patriarchal norms that sought to diminish the impact of female rulers. But her reign was groundbreaking. She showed that women could not only hold power, but could also execute their duties with exceptional skill and vision. Hatshepsut expanded Egypt's trade networks and commissioned monumental architecture, which reflected her authority and leadership. Yet she did so in a way that highlighted her unique position as a female pharaoh, showcasing her strengths while challenging the status quo. The legacy of her accomplishments, however, faced a dark chapter when her stepson stepson, Thutmose III, ascended to the throne. What many people don't know is that Thutmose III attempted to erase her from history. Statues were defaced, inscriptions destroyed, and her name was systematically removed from the records. This attempt to restore the male lineage of pharaohs raises a significant question. Why would one ruler feel threatened enough to erase the legacy of another? It speaks volumes about the dynamics of power and gender in ancient Egypt, revealing how deeply entrenched these beliefs were. Despite these efforts, Hatshepsut's story endured. Modern archaeology has played a crucial role in rediscovering her legacy, bringing her story back into the light. The resilience of her narrative reminds us that, even when faced with adversity, the truth can prevail. Hatshepsut's reign represents not just a powerful chapter in Egyptian history, but also a monumental step toward acknowledging the capabilities of women in leadership roles. Why did Hatshepsut's legacy fade from history after her reign? This question opens a door to a fascinating and somewhat tragic story. After Hatshepsut's death, her stepson, Thutmose III, embarked on a campaign to erase her from the historical record. Most people think that such powerful figures are remembered forever, but the reality is that history can be rewritten, and her story nearly vanished. Thutmose III, eager to consolidate his own power, attempted to restore the traditional male lineage of pharaohs by defacing statues and removing her name from inscriptions. Imagine the effort it took to erase a ruler from history. Statues smashed, temples recarved, and her accomplishments overshadowed. This was not just a personal vendetta, it was a calculated political move to ensure that no one would question his authority or the established. However, this act of erasure raises an important question. Why would a male ruler feel so threatened by a female predecessor? Hatshepsut had proven that a woman could rule effectively, and her legacy challenged the deeply ingrained gender norms of their society. By removing her from history, Thutmose III aimed to reinforce the idea that only men could hold power, thus restoring the patriarchal status quo. Modern archaeology has played a crucial role in bringing her legacy back into the light. The discovery of her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari has revealed stunning murals and inscriptions that celebrate her reign. These findings have allowed historians to piece together her story, showcasing her accomplishments and contributions to Egypt. Moreover, Hatshepsut's case challenges us to reflect on how history is written and remembered. While many women leaders throughout history have faced similar erasure, Hatshepsut's resurgence in modern scholarship serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of recognizing diverse leadership styles. In a world where her story was nearly lost, we are reminded that true power can defy traditional boundaries. Hatshepsut's reign shows us that women can lead just as effectively as men, and her legacy continues to inspire future generations to challenge societal norms and strive for leadership roles, regardless of gender. The mystery of her legacy is not just about loss, it's about recovery, resilience, and the enduring nature of impactful leadership. So, what have you learned about Hatshepsut? Her story is not just about a woman wearing the crown, it's about a powerful pharaoh who reshaped the very fabric of ancient Egypt. Hatshepsut's rise to power was extraordinary. After the death of her husband, she boldly claimed her rightful place on the throne instead of stepping aside. Most people think that a female ruler would have faced insurmountable challenges, but Hatshepsut thrived, proving that leadership knows no gender. Throughout her reign, she achieved remarkable feats that changed Egypt forever. From commissioning the breathtaking mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari to expanding trade networks to Punt, she brought wealth and stability to her people. Imagine an entire civilization flourishing under the leadership of a woman, a sight rarely seen in ancient history. Her ability to foster peace and prosperity during her time speaks volumes about her capabilities and vision. But what truly sets Hatshepsut apart is her challenge to gender norms. In a world dominated by male rulers, she donned the robes of a pharaoh, presenting herself as a king to command respect and authority. This act was revolutionary and demonstrated to the people of Egypt that women too could lead effectively. It raises an important question. How many other female leaders throughout history have faced similar challenges, and how many stories have been lost like Hatshepsut's? Despite her extraordinary achievements, her legacy faced erasure after her death. Thutmose III, her stepson, sought to remove her from history, a painful reminder of the precarious nature of women's contributions throughout time. Statues were defaced, and her name was stripped from historical records in a desperate bid to restore a male lineage. Most people would assume that such actions would ensure her story faded, but the resilience of Hatshepsut's legacy shines through modern archaeology. Discoveries have revived her narrative, reminding us that true power and influence can endure despite attempts to silence them. As we wrap up Hatshepsut's remarkable journey, we see how her reign continues to inspire discussions about gender equality and leadership today. She wasn't just a queen, she was a pioneer who reshaped perceptions of women and power. The lessons we learn from her life urge us to challenge stereotypes and embrace the diverse forms of leadership that exist in our world. Hatshepsut's legacy reminds us that true power can come in many forms, and her story is a testament to the strength and resilience of women throughout history. If you enjoyed this epic journey, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling historical tales. Don't miss out on new videos. Hit the notification bell to stay updated.